Hello, friends, and welcome to week 3 of the Children's Lit class. In module 3, we're going to look at some of the revisit some of the terms and overview of children's literature, and then look at postmodern books and visual literacy. So if you open the module 3 folder, the first thing I did this time was a description because it was a little more complex, a little different than last week. So there's this document here that sort of walks you through what I'd like you to do. In your groups this week, you have 2 tasks. One of them is to discuss the Caldecott award-winning book that you've been assigned. And the second one is to discuss chapters 2 and 3 from the class textbook. Now, hopefully you already read chapter 3, but I wanted to go over it again because there's a lot in there and it's significant. So what's going to happen is there's 4 of you in your group, and you're going to divide the chapters, and you can kind of look at the pages and work out an even number. But divide the chapters into 4 parts, and each of you is going to take one of those sections, and you will create a Web 2.0 tool. Web 2.0 tools are tools that are presentation-based tools that are on the web. So you can each create your part of it, put it on that tool, and then share the link with us so we can all see it. An example would be a Prezi or a Google Slides, but I'd like for you to find something a little bit different. So in the folder there, I've given you links. One is 101 Web 2.0 tools, and one is 7 apps for student creators. So these are all a bunch of different tools you can use to create your presentation. Each person does a section. That way each person's accountable for their section. So if some person drops the ball, the rest of you aren't penalized. And what you're going to do is post your link on the class blog here that says Module 3 blog. So everybody's going to post their link, and what you're going to do is look at the other 3 groups and leave a comment. So part of your grade will be to post your section on your blog, on your presentation, and then respond to the other 3. And as I say, the reason for that is by looking over what other people did on the same content, it gives you a good review, also shows you how other people did it to give you ideas of what works or what doesn't work. So that's that. Then you're going to look in the visual literacy folder, which is about learning how to see things. And in here I have a short little PowerPoint that you can just read, just walk your way through it, give you a little introduction. It's pretty quick. And then there's about a 15-minute video made from the Museum Toledo, that's Toledo, Ohio, not Toledo, Spain, Museum of Art, talking about visual literacy, why it's significant, and some things to look for. Then there's this little link, just an article about talking about images through children's book. And finally, you're going to post a response on the Padlet based on what you learned about visual literacy. And a Padlet, I'll show you, is just like a whiteboard. You can click the plus button or double click on there, put your name at the top, and then write a response to the questions I asked about visual literacy. And what's nice about this is everyone gets to see everybody else's response, so it's a good way to share. So when you're done with that, you're going to go on to take a look at postmodernism. And postmodern books are introduced in chapter 3, but we're going to take a little bit more of a deeper look. There's 2 articles, the It's Not All Black and White. You can kind of skim that. Pay close attention here to pages 447, 448, I believe, because he talks about elements of postmodern books. Yeah, 447, 448. And then there's an article about Emily Gravitt's book, Wolves. So here's a link to someone that reads the book aloud so you can see what the book looks like, which will make more sense when you read the article. Then here's a link to a Goodreads list of postmodern picture book titles. You will pick one of these to read and evaluate. You can get it from a library, see if you can find it online, however you access it. I even have quite a few of these, so if you'd like to borrow one from me, give me an email and I can tell you which ones I have. And there's a document here, the Postmodern Picture Book Evaluation, you will download and complete, and then upload that into the Dropbox here. So that should take you through Module 3. Feel free to contact me if you have questions.